the city of Dallas. Luka Doncic is a Laker. Micah Parsons is a Packer. You got what's next? Paige Beckers is going to be a Golden State Valkyrie? Like, we're going to send, what, Corey Seager to the Pittsburgh Pirates? What the hell's going on here? Man, Green Bay now 13-1 to win the Super Bowl at BetMGM. The Dallas Cowboys at 60. NFC odds have just been pulled down at our show sponsor, BetMGM. Joining us right now to discuss, we were going to have him on a little later in the show, but he was kind enough to rework his schedule literally within the last, 90 seconds of real time to come on the show, and we sincerely appreciate it. NBC sports betting analyst, the one, the only, the great, Jay Croucher on Twitter at CroucherJD. My friend, sincerely appreciate the time on this tremendous Thursday. Micah Parsons traded to the Green Bay Packers. Your betting reaction is what?
My betting reaction, Nick, is that I don't think the market has moved aggressively enough on the Packers, saying that they're 13-1 to win the Super Bowl, plus 650 range to win the NFC. I think this is there a better team in football than Green Bay? Like a materially better team in football than Green Bay? This team had the fourth best defense last year. They're the youngest team in the league. The offense projects as elite with a quarterback in Jordan Love, who, when he's been healthy, he has been a top 5 quarterback statistically over the past year and a half. Micah Parsons is the best defensive player in football. A team that was already a Super Bowl contender just added the best defensive player in football. Micah Parsons is a complete game wrecker. I don't think anyone is worth more to the spread on the defensive side of the ball than Parsons. And so I think that this team, now look, they play in a tougher division than Philadelphia. They don't have an easy schedule, though neither do the Eagles, but I think the Packers should absolutely be the favorite in the NFC North now. And I think that they should be the joint favorite with the Eagles to win the NFC.
Femi's on vacation. We would never even dream about bothering Femi. Femi's been off the group text for the show. We're letting Femi be and enjoy his time with his family in the beautiful sunshine in Cabo San Lucas. But then his favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys, trades Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers. So we had to call the co-host of You Better You Bet, my friend, the great Femi Abebefe, live from his vacation to talk Micah Parsons. Femi, I'm guessing your vacation was great. How would you say it is right now?
I mean, the vibes are absolutely horrendous right now. And you have everything right. I'm in Cabo for my parents' 40th anniversary. And funny enough, we're actually staying at a resort called Dreams. Dreams have been turned into nightmares this afternoon. It's absolutely atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. I cannot believe that Jerry Jones and the Cowboys were this stupid to trade literally their best player since Emmitt Smith. That's what Micah Parsons is. He is the best player on the Dallas Cowboys, or was the best player on the Dallas Cowboys since Emmitt Smith. And these idiots only get 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark, who's a solid to good player, who's probably descending since he's a little bit older. That's all you get for Micah Parsons, the best guy that you had in 3 decades? This is absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to try, Nick, to not swear during this conversation, because it's absurd that this is what it's come to, an absolute fumbling of the bag, having an all-time generational defensive talent, and then you just blowing it here on his 5th year in his NFL career. Just ridiculous that this is what happened.
What's amazing to me right now, and Femi, and I know you're always, and maybe you are locked in even on vacation still, but we're all the insider tweets are, and they are defending this trade. Peter Schrager tweeted, you'd be surprised how many GMs would say yes to 2 first-round picks, Kenny Clark, and $47 million for Micah. He's the best pass rusher in the league. Stop it. Ridiculous. So we just had Jay Croucher on the show, Femi, and I'm going to run through all the same things that I did with Jay with you. Just your instant reaction. Jay said that the Green Bay Packers should now be right up there with the Philadelphia Eagles in terms of Super Bowl favorites to come out of the NFC. Where do you stand right now on Green Bay, NFC North, Green Bay NFC, with Micah Parsons now rushing the passer at Lambeau?
Yeah, the beauty of this being a reunion for our family is that a lot of us are Dallas Cowboys fans. We all were down in Dallas way back in the 90s, and in talking to all of us and kind of having a little bit of a powwow here, almost doing a You Better You Bet segment, the Abebefe style, I think the Green Bay Packers just won the NFC today. I feel pretty confident in saying that. I think Green Bay is the best. I would actually put them above the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, the conversation that we've had about the Packers, you and I, Nick, is that Green Bay has always been missing that blue chip caliber player. Like when you look at the roster, hey, a lot of guys who are B- to B+ level players. Micah Parsons is an A++. Micah Parsons is the kind of player that transforms your defense. The Dallas Cowboys, with Micah Parsons on the field, elite, number one in EPA per play defensively. Without Micah Parsons, 31st. That's how good he is. That's how well he tilts the field. And now Green Bay has that guy in comparison to what they also can do on offense. If they get leads and they unleash Micah Parsons, I mean, good luck against this Packers team. I think Green Bay to win the North, definitely a bet to make. And I'm sure the market's moving right now. I haven't taken a look at the betting markets. I'm in Cabo. I can't really do anything right now outside of maybe sending some text messages to folks. But I'm sure that market has moved. I'm sure the NFC market has moved. Unless Green Bay is the favorite, I don't think it's moved enough. I do think the Packers will represent the NFC. I already felt that way before this trade. Now they made this trade for the best defensive player in the conference. Yeah, I think Green Bay is going to the Super Bowl this year.
Super Bowl winning defensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys. Knows Jerry Jones really well. Former NFL head coach, college football head coach. Contributor at 670 The Score in Chicago. NBC Sports, the 33rd team, the Big Ten Network. My friend, the great Dave Wanstead on Twitter at Coach Wanstead. Wani, welcome back to the show. Man, like when you heard this news, your reaction was what? Micah Parsons traded from Dallas.
Well, I thought, you know what? I thought it was a good trade for the Cowboys. And obviously Green Bay, is getting a dominant player, but let's just talk Dallas for a minute, Nick. Look at the situation there. They got a new head coach, apparently a guy Jerry really likes. They'd like to give him some time to grow. They really don't have a great running back. They didn't make any headway there. Who knows what's going to go on as far as the future? They got Dak under contract for 2 or 3 years. It's almost like they're a rebuilding team. It doesn't surprise me that Jerry can look at this now and it takes some pressure off of him. He gets a nice supply of draft picks. He can really, parlay these picks. He can take, number one picks if he wants, obviously, or he can parlay these into a couple twos, or 3 threes or whatever down the road. So it gives him a lot of different avenues to go to get really good players that can come in and start for him. Now, let me finish saying this. I remember when we made the trade for Herschel at Dallas, everybody was talking about the picks. And Jimmy kind of made reference to the Eric Dickerson trade and another team, I forget who it was at the time, who got a lot of draft picks for a player. And Jimmy's comment was, that's great, but now you have to go out and pick the right players. You got to pick Alvin Harper and you got to pick Emmitt Smith and you got to pick the right guys. So potentially, I think it's good. Kenny Clark, I'm a big fan of his. Since he came out of UCLA, I followed the guy pretty close. 3 Pro Bowls in a year. Now, last year he fell off. Last year his sack production, I think he had 1 or 2 sacks. His tackles were off about 10, but he did start all 17 games. So it wasn't like he missed time because of injury. But he's getting up in there in age. But they'll be able to get a year or 2 out of him, and it'll help their defense.
Let's find out what Super Bowl champion Mark Schlereth thinks. NFL analyst on Fox, newly minted as well, Odyssey Sports NFL Insider. We're happy to announce that Stink will be joining us throughout the NFL season on You Better You Bet. So it's great to welcome to the show our friend Mark Schlereth. Mark, when you heard the news that Micah Parsons got traded from Dallas to Green Bay, your reaction was what?
Oh, my reaction was I was stunned. First off, when I'm in the gym, and I just left the gym, I set my alarm for like 45 minutes. I'll do a total body workout. I go, as soon as I hit 45 minutes, man, I walk out the gym. But I don't look at my phone. I don't have, the guys that sit on the bench and do it, and then they're looking through Instagram or whatever. I go in and I get work done. So when you guys called me, that was the first time I had heard of it. And just absolutely stunned, absolutely shocked. And, it's one of these things I said about Jerry Jones, and I've said this a bunch. I'm just like, if any of your other businesses were run this moronically by the guy who ran it, you would run them out of town. You would fire them. It would be unbelievable what you would do, and yet you allow yourself to act like a total moron when it comes to operating your own team. And, I'll disagree with Wanstead, and here's where I'll disagree. I'll tell you, Kenny Clark's a good player. And I'll tell you, 2 first-rounders. Dallas has been pretty good at drafting first-rounders, okay? I'll tell you all those things. That's great. But have you seen the reaction of the guys who actually take the field? Have you seen CeeDee Lamb? Have you seen Trayvon Diggs? Have you seen the guys that have to take the field? Listen, if Jerry Jones were asked to take the field, you'd need to get a smoke bomb to get him out of the owner's box. He'd be standing in a puddle of piss. He's not going to make a tackle. He's not going to hit anybody. And what you develop when you don't pay your guys, when you don't reward the guys who do it the right way, what you develop is a room full of independent contractors. And you know what you can't win with independent contractors? You cannot win championships. End of story. You can't. So you can sit there and say it's a good deal, and they got great value, and they're going to have some first-round picks. How does that help them this year? And how does it help with a bunch of guys who are disgruntled because they know Micah Parsons is the real deal and they know Micah Parsons earned it and you screwed him?